via plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu, in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus. Sancta Maria, Sancta Maria, Maria, oh, amen. Dominus tecum, the Lord is with thee. She remembers thinking Ave Maria must have been written by God, or at the very least one of his angels. She's amused by this when she discovers as an adult that the original version was written as a poem, The Lady of the Lake by Sir Walter Scott in 1810. Then in 1825, the Austrian composer Franz Schubert set it to music. It was apparently one of his most lucrative compositions. She supposes now that the Catholic Church adapted it and gave it its Latin liturgical version because it's such a compelling melody. As a child, she loved to play toppling dominoes with her brothers and many cousins, setting up elaborate runs in anticipation of that moment where one small action could create a chain reaction. She's recently returned from Benin in West Africa, where she discovered this footage. It was taken by Father Francis Aupierre, a Roman Catholic priest sent to Benin from 1902 to 1926 with the African Mission Society. In the 17th century, Europe referred to the coast of Benin as the Slave Coast. And by the middle of the 1800s, nearly 2 million slaves had been taken from Benin and sent to the New World. We are watching a festival of the Epiphany, captured and initiated in Benin by Father Francis Aupierre. It's said that he initially struggled to elicit interest in his Catholic stories and masses. The Festival of the Epiphany is where the three wise men appear to baby Jesus, bringing him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Zodom Medje, the voodoo king of the night, is said to have advised Aupierre that in order to capture more interest in what he had to say, he should adapt the masses and make them more performative, also substituting things like gold, frankincense, and myrrh for blood and alcohol. She was born in rural Botswana in 1980, 50 years after this footage was created and 7,000 kilometers across the African continent. And yet, at just 39 days old, she was cast as baby Jesus in a Festival of the Epiphany. She went on to play an angel a couple of times, the back end of a donkey once, and Mother Mary herself. Perhaps this is where her interest in performativity was birthed. One of her favorite songs as a child was Amazing Grace, but she had misunderstood the lyrics. Amazing grace, how sweet and round, that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grapes that taught my heart to fear, and grapes my fears relieve. How precious did that grape appear, the hour I first believed to drink. Again, as an adult, she discovers that the composer of Amazing Grace was John Newton, a former slave trader. She learns this through the work of contemporary South African and composer Neo Muyanga, who's incidentally the new impresario for the Center for the Less Good Idea. She wonders, is it because of or despite its originator that Amazing Grace has been seen as an anthem for the African American civil rights movement? One of her clearest memories is sitting in the Catholic Church in Johannesburg amongst her brothers and many cousins, next to her aunt, Sister Margaret, a Dominican nun of the King Williamstown domination. She watches the priest enter for Mass and walk down the aisle. He's wearing his strange silken robes, and he's waving his smoking golden orb, and he's singing. And at that point, she bursts into a fit of giggles, which radiates out amongst her siblings. Why on earth is this man singing? I bet you